my God, we're here.
What the fuck is up? What the fuck is up? What the fuck is up?
Can you guys tell we got a new setup and it sounds amazing?
Yeah, how does my voice sound, guys?
Chris.
It just sounds so good. Guys, I'm literally gonna post a picture of what our setup looks like, and it looks fucking Mac Daddy. Shout out to Brian. Oh, motherfuck!
Oh, I can't. Dude.
Oh, right. We need to turn our sounds off.
We talked about this. So the reason why we have such nice equipment now is because someone fucking stole my equipment. Fuck you.
If we ever catch your ass, whoever busted the goddamn window, we are jumping you for real and recording the entire thing. And we just gonna hear you.
We are gonna post.
Fuck.
We are gonna post that video
Hell yeah.
on the Instagram, Simps Pimps podcast, and the hashtag will be hashtag beating your ass, hashtag world star, bitch.
Hey, but you know what? We have a nicer setup now because of you. Fuck, today's episode, guys. We've done deep shit, some funny, some raunch, some, you know. Today, we are trauma dumping.
Send that shit off, motherfucker. I feel like I am being pushed in a new direction in life. I feel like I'm being pushed into a new era.
You're in transition.
Yeah, I'm in transition right now, but I hate being in transition because something about my brain is like once I've made a decision about something or once I'm over a situation or over something, I'm completely over it. Like I wish I could just wake up the next day and like what I want is changed right away. Okay, I'll talk about my hair on this fucking podcast.
What is we mad about? Kaylee's hair.
We are mad about Kaylee's
We're hella mad about
hair.
her fucking hair.
Currently, right now, I have my natural color on top, and then at the bottom is bleach, but on top of that bleach is like a really peachy pink color. But when I first did it, I was like, I'm feeling really insecure, and I have this bright ass hair, and I'm fresh out of a relationship, but I don't know what it is, but I just woke up and one day and I was just like, this hair is not for me anymore. I would rather shave my head than deal with what's going on in my head.
Do it.
But
no.
Shave your head.
Fuck no.
But is this just me trying to feel in control about changing my life right now?
That makes sense.
It actually takes time and effort to like change those things, and I'm like,
we want it now.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm learning patience,
which is so hard. Patience is something I struggle with too.
I feel like I have really great patience with people, but I don't have patience with myself.
You're a person though.
I know, but
you gotta be patient with yourself.
I know, but I'm not. But I also feel like it's really good that I can be super judgmental about myself because I feel like I hold
yourself to a high standard.
I hold myself to a high standard, like everything about me, I can look at it like from a bird's eye view from a different perspective. And that's why I think I get so obsessed with organizing things because I feel like I can control changing and growing, and I'm like, what is this gonna lead me to? But I feel like it's gonna lead me to good things. I think it's gonna lead me to being like more positive and happy every day.
Everyone figures it out.
I just felt like I healed like my inner child with my dad because I actually got to like see who he is as a person.
Yeah.
But
I mean, explain the relationship that you had with your dad.
I don't know. I don't want to talk about it though. It's stupid.
It's not stupid.
Anything about my dad makes me cry. I don't know what it is, but it's like
because you love him so much, you know.
Yeah, it's just annoying. Like, and I can tell this to him, I can say this to anybody, like growing up, like I had my dad around and he was there and he supported me and he loved me and he did everything, but I never saw him. So he worked in the car business, right? Like my parents are still together, like it's nothing like that, but it's like he had to be at work at 6 a.m. and then he wouldn't come home until like 11, 12 o'clock at night. He was providing for a family and he was working like that every day, all the time, but I never got to see him and I never got to know him as a person. We didn't really ever hang out with his side of the family. Like I didn't know anything about him, you know? And so then, like, anytime I did have to have a conversation with him, it was always, like, him yelling at me because I'd get in trouble or something, you know? And so that's why it's, like, I feel like I can't even sometimes, like, have a conversation because, like, I still get, like, triggered by that, you know? Me and him have just gotten, like, really, really, really fucking close, and I just feel like I just get scared that, like, that's gonna go away because I just don't want it to, you know? But I also feel like it's your dad, like, that's never gonna leave, but it's, like, we live completely different lives. Like, it's not even, like, I get to go home and, like, say hi to him. It's, like, my fucking Cali, she reminds me of California. Like, it's just so fucking, like, I'm just really nervous to, like, lose that with my dad. I don't know, I just always get really emotional talking about my dad. But he's still here. Like, he's still present into my life, but I talk about him like he's not here.
Because your dad's a touchy subject for you.
I don't know. Maybe I just need to fucking cry, and this was like my breaking point.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need that shit for real. No.
We're trauma dumping.
Yeah,
Right.
see, this is what fucking water signs do to you, okay? They ask you the wrong questions.
Sometimes I just don't want to cry alone, you know?
Damn. I feel like we could all pretty much relate with like having some kind of like dad issues, to be honest.
I was just about to say that.
Yeah.
I was
all of
literally
us
just
got a
about
little
to say
something.
that. We don't know too much about Brian's trauma.
I guess to start off, the person that raised me ultimately was my aunt. The thing is that with my dad, the stern person too, where you have to follow my rules like every time, and if you don't, you'll get beat. I would not see this guy either. You know, I was definitely in the same boat. He would always be working, providing for us, and it would be just my brother and my aunt, you know, and that's basically who I would see as my mom, which kind of sucks because, not to like bash on her, but she needed to stay to Mexico in order to take care of my other brothers. So it's kind of hard because we kind of hold that against her. Why did you choose them instead of us?
Yeah.
But she didn't.
I don't think that's bashing. I think it's
No.
very valid to feel that way.
Yeah, no, I would understand how you would feel like that too. You understand it as an adult, but
Yes.
you were allowed to be hurt by it as a kid.
And
That's
have it still affect you as an adult.
Yeah.
Sure.
Because that's how you felt at the time.
Right.
It was always the hardest thing to even talk to my dad about, because I have a good relationship with him, but I also don't have the best relationship at all. You know, I still don't even know my dad. I mean, he's been there my whole life.
Crazy.
I know more about Kaylee than I do know about my dad.
I feel like most people know more about me than they do in their own life.
I have no idea what's going on in my life, but did you hear about Kaylee? Did you hear what she did yesterday?
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
I'm like, I left Katie alone for an hour and so much happened.
No, literally. I still have not spoken to her about my last 24 hours.
Anyway, continue, Brian.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Yeah. My brother and myself, we always like talked about it too, and they're good people, but they just didn't really know how to approach us about some things. They wouldn't be like, hey, if you need to talk to somebody, come talk to me. So what I would do is I would just basically just keep that inside of me.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what I would do is I would just take it out all on my brother, beat on him and things like that. Just use all that anger and
Wow,
on him.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Damn.
And so that's what sucked is because I then started realizing that that's not what I should be doing. Yeah.
You're like,
obviously.
maybe I shouldn't beat the shit out of my brother.
Exactly.
I don't know. I feel like our background is very like, don't be emotional, figure it out, man up. Like, you know.
I know it's like your guys' culture, you guys don't really talk about it, but it's also like, I think that's just like parents just not like fully being able to understand a child's emotions, because I feel like both of our parents had us like when we were really young. It did create a lot of trauma responses for me later on
Yes.
because they were so avoidant emotionally.
Like now it's like mental health is serious, illness is this, there's medication.
Right.
Majority of people are on meds and like it's insane being in the medical field and seeing that, you know? But when they were younger, it's like, why are you sad? Just stop being sad. Yeah, I don't blame them at all. They didn't know.
Yeah, like one thing can affect a child so much later on where they just have like no recollection of even it happening, but their body still has a trauma response. Leaving me in my room to cry by myself was probably not the nicest thing to do. What do I do now? I cry alone in my room because I don't know what to do.
It's really balanced. It's like you need to know how to figure it on your own, but just know that if you can't, I'm here.
Yes, yeah. I agree with that. Yeah.
And it's crazy to hear you guys talk about, like, you just, you know, different relationship, don't really see him. With me, way different when I was younger. My dad was my best fucking friend. When I describe my dad compared to, like, Justin or Steven, it's like we're talking about completely different people. It was me, like, Anita, childhood best friend. It was me, her, and my dad all the time. It's the Taco Bell runs. We would want to go to work with him because it was fun, because we just wanted to hang out with him or whatever he wanted to do. And he was very misunderstood. He had a lot of underlying, like, mental disorders, but mental health wasn't a thing back then.
Right.
I didn't really know I had it at the time either, but it felt like I was the only person that understood him. Everybody was like, why is he like this? Why is he lashing out? Why is he so angry? Why is he like 0 to 100 so easy? Being a kid, I'm like, I get it, but I don't know how to say it. So it was always just like me and my dad, you know?
Right.
Like, I'm very envious that people still have their dads. Like, very, very much so. Because I know that I would not have gone through half the shit that I've been through if he was still here.
Yeah.
But it also makes me, like, cherish the memories that I did have. He wasn't a good person, but he was good to me, you know?
Yeah.
And I feel like that's kind of how I want my man to be. Like, I'm very much like, I want you to be a dick to everyone else besides me.
No, I feel that.
And I'm like, and that is on daddy issues, 100%.
On daddy issues.
I don't know. He gave me very thick skin, but made me also really sensitive. And I don't know. Like, if he was here, a lot of things would be different. But that's why it's so hard, like, hearing about, like, you guys and, like, how your dads are still around. Because it's like, I wish I had your guys' problem. Yeah. Like, I wish it was, he's just so busy that I don't get to see him all the time. Or it's like he has, like, obligations and this. It's like, I wish I could sit here and complain about those things. Because the only times I get to see him is when I'm bawling my eyes out, scrubbing his headstone with your toothbrush. Like, I wish I had those problems. I wish...
I feel that. That's kind of crazy to think about, too, because I wasn't in your situation at all. Like, I can't really grasp that. But there was a time where my dad was basically convicted of raping a minor. Basically got put into jail for about almost like a year and a half.
Damn.
So what I guess to kind of understand the story there, one of his cousins supposedly was claiming that my dad came at nighttime. The thing is that family there, they were kind of like in the hole. In order to really kind of better themselves and put themselves in a better situation, they tried to kind of blame him.
Damn.
After them not really having like a solid case, they actually ran back to Mexico, and because of just a conviction, my dad was still held in jail because of it.
Wow.
Yeah, it was insane to think about. Like, not only did I lose my mom that I don't have, but now I don't have my dad.
Oh.
So
how old were you?
I was in middle school. I think I was like in 7th, 8th grade.
And that's a hard time because hormones and change.
Yeah.
Oh,
and,
yeah. You feel everything times 12. Yeah.
So I was lost, basically, you know?
Yeah.
I had no idea what to fucking do.
I'm going through puberty and I'm getting boy crazy and, you know, you want to fit in and you want to be the cool kid, like in middle school. And that's when we like found out that he was sick. And obviously I knew what cancer was, but I didn't know the extent of it.
Right.
Because it started off as like, oh, he has a bad back. And then, oh, he's at the hospital. Yeah, his back probably just got bad enough, you know? Because I don't want to be at the hospital. I want to go hang out with this guy. I want to go hang out with my friends. I don't want to be here. I don't want to be around family. Like, I'm too good for this. I'm so cool, this, and this. And I found out that he was sick by my aunt yelling at me. I was like, you're lying. I was like, you're saying that to guilt trip me because you want me to stay here, you know?
Isn't it crazy that, like, even as a kid, you thought you were being lied to by, like, a family member? Like, isn't it crazy how trust issues can really develop that young?
And with me, I knew exactly where it came from because I was manipulated so much by that aunt that I'm talking about. She was my savior. She was, like, the mom in my life because my mom was always working. I always
forget this about her.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. I always forget this.
This aunt is my dad's sister. I don't know if she just thought that I was so young I wouldn't remember, but she started telling me things like, you know, when you were young, your mom didn't want you, and she wanted to, like, give you away, and your grandma said that I should take you. So I'm really young, like, my mom didn't want me.
Yeah.
Or did you know that I actually birthed you and this, and this? And I'm like, so this person that I'm living with is just lying to me all the time?
That's so nuts to do to a kid.
Yeah. Or who do you love more, me or your mom? She would get like this ego because when I was younger, I'd be like, I love my mom this much. I love you more than the entire world. And she got so used to hearing that she would start taking me to other people and be like, say what you said to me earlier. So then I started telling everyone, like, I love my aunt more because she's actually my mom and this, and this. And it got to a point where my dad don't play with his daughter, you know?
Oh, hell no.
You're not allowed to see my kid anymore. You're not going to fucking come around. You're not going to do this, and this. And my mom being my mom, it was like, that's your sister. Like, she just loves her niece. Like, maybe she's just being dramatic. Like, she just loves her. Why won't you let her see her? But I got so attached that now I'm kicking and screaming, like, why can't I see her? Why can't I see her? I got older and, you know, now I have a car. Now I don't really need them to drive me around anymore. Now I don't, whatever. But now I hate my mom. So I was like that. And then she yells at me about, well, guess what? Your dad has cancer. And I'm just like, you're lying.
Yeah.
Like, fuck you, you know?
Yeah.
And then we found out it was true and just straight avoiding. Like, I can't even tell you the last conversation that I had with him. I don't remember the last moment. I was so avoidant that I didn't see him again or talk to him until he was laying in a hospice in a coma. And by then it was like, I fucked up.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, I fucked up. We found out he had a cancer and then he was gone within like 6-7 months, you know? Now I'm raging. I don't care what I'm doing. I'm going crazy. I'm doing all the drugs, kissing all the boys, sneaking out of the house. Fuck school. Fuck this. Like imagine 13-year-old Katie driving around in a BMW smoking a cigarette. Like, what the hell?
I said,
give me a cigarette.
Yeah, I said, give me a cigarette. Let's go to cheer practice.
Hop in, bitch.
That's how. Like, I was the odd one out. Like, like imagine this. Imagine it's like all-star cheer. It's the rich bougie people, and all the parents were involved, and would sit in at practice and this and this. I was late all the time because my mother would be like, "You need to be where? When? Oh shit, my bad, dude." She would forget to pick me up from school like most of the time.
Oh my god.
Like I'm like I had to figure it out most of the time. You know, I'm like I'm high as fuck. I just came from a guy's house. I'm really sore, and you want me to do jumps?
You're like, my vajay is sore.
And I'm point. And what that means is, like, you're, like, front and, like, center.
Yeah, so she can't, like, fuck around and, like, have a half day. No, she has to, like, go hard.
I can't be star jumping in the back with Kaylee over here.
I was a star jumper, and I do not give a fuck. I hate jumps.
I said, you want me to hyperextend what right now?
Yeah.
And, okay, anyways, what... We have to add some light to situations.
I know, Sometimes you just gotta...
I did my first year cheer, and then that's when the whole situation with my dad happened, and I ended up quitting that season, and that was actually the season where I met Kaylee. I'm sitting on the floor waiting for this practice to start. Dad has cancer. There's like cuts on my like arms and legs, and then I see this preppy person coming up to me, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
I remember I saw her, and I was like, oh my god. I was like, we were in the same fucking stunt group for like a week. I was like, we are friends. So I went up
Do you remember me? We like hung out for like a minute.
Literally me. I remember everybody. And I like look over and I was like, do you want to be friends? And you were like, yeah, sure.
I was like, yeah, all right.
Imagine like I'm sitting there, I cross my legs, I'm having my hands on my knees, and I'm like, do you want to be friends? And Katie's fucking hunchback of Notre Dame, fucking legs sprawled out, fucking like, yeah, sure, all right.
Like, yeah, I guess.
Smoking a cig.
Yeah. Got done with my backflip. Got done with my tongue. Smoking a cig.
Oh, fuck. Well,
but yeah, so that's how the friendship started.
Here's Katie's upbringing. Strict ass parents. My best friend at the time was my best friend because we lived in the same neighborhood. So we were allowed to see each other all the time because playing outside, like, it was, like, that's who was
literally
there.
right down the street.
Like, Kaylee says, oh, I want to be your friend. She's used to, like, the sleepovers, and my mom can drop me off. And I was like, I am not allowed to have you over.
I know. I was like, why not?
I was turning 15, so it was my 15th birthday, and this was, like, around the time, like, me and Kaylee became friends, whatever. And Kaylee was so bummed because she was like, why wasn't I invited? Like, does she not like me?
Yeah, bro, I just asked this bitch to be friends 3 days ago, and I see it's her birthday on Saturday, and I don't get an invite?
And then reality of it is majority of people at my birthday party were Justin's friends because I only had one friend. And I remember her being like, oh, I saw it was your birthday over the weekend. And in my head, I wasn't like, oh my God, sorry I didn't invite you because that wasn't normal for me.
Right.
So I was like, yeah, it was cool.
Yeah, so I'm like, my birthday's not for another 6 months. Not inviting her.
Did not notice. And honestly, I probably wouldn't have been allowed to go anyways. It's funny, but it's like, I feel like that's also the reason why we're so close. Like, you met me in the middle of, like, my life falling apart.
Oh, yeah,
like,
100%.
Horribly falling apart.
I met you right when you started spiraling. If you really think about it, I was just sent to be shown a good time, how to be wild and crazy, but I also had to take care of you.
Every drug or anything that she's ever done has been with me.
Yes.
Damn.
Everything.
Because there is no reason that I should be fucking 12 years old in the fucking shed in the back, rolling a blunt. Like, how? Why? Why do you know how to do that?
You're 12. You're like, you know what? It's actually easier to hide the pipe in the back of the shed compared to like, oh, I fell off my bike.
There were children who smoked weed.
Right.
And then there was me.
I feel like your brain definitely melted.
That's probably why I'm stupid now.
Damn.
You're like, that one decision really bugged me. Me and my mom took a trip to Vegas. I remember I showed her the picture of the mushrooms that we took. And that's the only way I've ever done it, was like with the stem, the whole thing, like that amount, right? And so I showed her. She was like, you're ballsy for that. And I'm like, I didn't even know that was considered ballsy. I thought that was just what you did.
Yeah, because you learn from the best.
Yeah, I'm like, so I don't.
So you learn how to go hard. Yeah. It's like, I'm not just gonna eat.
She's like, all right, you're gonna do it for your first time. You're gonna do it.
Yeah, literally, I can't even tell you how much we did because I just poured out a bag and we were like, she was like, how much of that are we doing? I was like, oh, I'm just gonna split it in half and we're gonna eat it. And you're like, oh, okay. I'm like, yeah, it's normal.
Yeah, so
like handful. It was like
so literally, Katie could have told me doing like 10 pounds of meth and I would have no idea because I'm just like, oh, this is just how you do it. But she just gives me a shit ton.
I know, I'm like, you got it.
That's how it was with nicotine too. I did not understand nicotine for the longest time. That was the first thing you introduced me to, was with hookah.
Oh shit! Hell yeah, that was the fucking... Okay, you're hanging out with Katie. She's a new friend. Sneak out of the house, hop in the Beamer, drive to some random dude's house.
Oh, it's
There's hella guys. It's a trap house. There's no family. There's nothing. The parents just left him there. Bathroom is fucked. It's a mess everywhere.
Disgusting.
I'm like, there's a gun somewhere. Someone's fucking in the other room. There's this big ass thing of hookah on the coffee table. Yeah, Kaylee, so these are my friends.
And I'm like, hi guys. And so I'm like fucking puffing on it, just being like, whoa, I'm blowing all this smoke in the air, so cool. And then I'm like, wait, I'm feeling in outer space. And I'm like, I am drugged, there's weed in this. That's like the only thing I knew was weed.
I remember her going to the bathroom with me. She's like, I'm so high right now.
Yeah, I was like, Katie, I am high as fuck right now.
Who had weed? Wait.
Yeah, and she's like, it's nicotine. But you would say it so like, oh my God, Kaylee.
Because you just like didn't know nothing.
I didn't know anything, so she'd get so irritated with me.
You're like, I'm sorry that the other 12-year-olds don't know that.
Yeah, I'm like, sorry I'm fucking 14 and have no idea about anything.
Why am I hanging out with like college kids when I'm like 15? Like, it's weird, you know?
It's crazy.
When you were a kid, you looked at it as like, oh, like she's cool. She's this, and this. But really, it's like my dad just died and I'm just trying to feel nothing.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm just going hard and doing all this stuff and just not caring about life. I'm like, I just got out of the mental institute because I tried to off myself. My dad is gone, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I feel like because I was so wrapped up in my own like trauma and trying to find escape, I feel like I dragged you in it with me, and that's something I'll always regret. Like when I do dumb things, it's like, it's me, you know? But since you started going everywhere with me, I feel like I've put you in danger so many times.
You've put me in a lot of dangerous situations, but I also feel like I've just always been paranoid about people in general my whole life, to where like I'm able to like have my whereabouts about me even when we were in such sketchy situations.
Like I'm hoeing around at that age to try to feel nothing, to like, you know, feel like the loss of like a father figure or like a male in my life.
It's just weird because you felt it from that energy, but from my energy, it was like I always wanted to be like the crazy girls I see in the music videos where they're like drinking and partying and hanging with boys and being wild.
And then you saw Katie Tran and was like, there's my in.
I was like, there's my in right there. But so it's like, I feel like when I hit 16, I started to make better decisions kind of. But like during that really early childhood age, I guess, we were 12 to 14, I would say, I was just down for anything because I'm like, I want to experience life. I want to experience things. I feel like I'm finally at an age where I can roam free out of the house, kind of. Like my mom will trust that I'm sleeping over.
You were very sheltered, so you were curious. You were a very curious kid. And with me, I feel like I feel that way because I was introduced to things way too young.
You were.
I'm like, I went through a lot of shit that I feel like some people our age now don't even go through, you know?
Yeah.
That's why it's like, you guys see how me and my mom are now, but we haven't been like this for very long. Like, you've seen it bad, but like, imagine that not even being like the worst it's been.
I feel like it's never been like one stable relationship with her.
Yeah, and that's why I like so much that I can tell her everything now, and like, it feels good to actually have a relationship with her now.
Yeah.
Because after my like dad died and all that stuff, a lot of stuff came to light about, well, this is the reason why I hate you, because you didn't actually want me. And then it's like, wait, what? And then we kind of cleared the air, and she was just like, what the hell are you talking about?
Yeah.
And I was like, this is stuff that I've thought was real since I was like 2. And it's like, you're young, someone telling you that, you don't fucking know.
Right.
So then you grow up and you think it's true, you know?
Yeah.
I know. I feel like we're always leaving Brian out.
I know.
But
sorry.
No, you guys were talking about your guys' story. I wasn't there, so I can't really put my input.
Yeah, no.
You know what I mean? So it's kind of funny because Katie was let's go hard. And then Katie was like, oh, I want to go hard too.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's exactly how it was. Like,
that's the reason why I felt like I dragged you into it.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't doing it out of fun or, you know.
Right.
I'm like, imagine if you were with me during the whole kidnapping situation. I would have felt like shit.
Oh my God. If you put me in that situation, I would freak the fuck out.
I was so in a spiral and so I don't give a fuck that whoever was with me just like got dragged down with me. This is someone who's so much fucking older. Went there with one guy, woke up in another guy's bed. I'm like, my best friend is sleeping on the couch in his room with her like pants unbuckled. I'm wearing nothing and I'm like, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah.
Have no idea how I got there, and then I have videos of myself crying and screaming help me in the car. That's why for a long time I'm like, I could never maintain like relationships and friendships. Like I always thought it'd be so much better if I just wasn't around. I'm here, I'm not, I'm here, I'm not, because I'm like, if I'm in a spiral, I'm gonna do it alone.
Fucking wild.
Yeah.
Okay, so you know how you just mentioned that like all of this was going on, but you weren't around for it, and it's like our little story?
Yeah.
When did you meet me?
Well, I mean, I wasn't obviously there with you guys. I had my own story for sure, right?
But somehow we crossed paths at one point and had no idea until years later.
I think you were either coming from like cheer practice or we're just in your house. And then I remember because you had like red hair.
Ooh, he met Katie in red hair phase.
Red hair.
Yeah, it was red hair Katie. And
Yikes.
I was kind of like the guy that you just kind of looked at and just kind of just like walked past.
He's like, I didn't have double take energy.
No, for real though, because I mean, I didn't have that confidence of who I was. That's why dance basically saved me. You know, it was like my way to actually get that confidence in myself, to actually see that. So I just had no idea how to go about what confidence was, what it looked like. When I was dancing, it radiated out of me. What is it, like auras and shit like that? They always tell me, like, whenever I'm dancing, they see this bright red aura. It's just kind of cool phenomenon that
it's in the details.
So when I first like saw you, you were in the garage. I was practicing with your brother, and I think it was just him and myself. But yeah, I mean, I was there a couple times. I was there with.
It's so weird for me to hear you say that because that was like OG group.
The thing is that I wasn't so close to your brother, but I knew that whenever I would see him dance, I was just like, dude, this guy's fucking kind of nasty. What was weird is that I didn't have the confidence, but I felt cocky because like once I started getting decent, I was like, oh yeah, I'm good too. But the thing is, I was still ass and I didn't realize it. And until my brother finally humbled me down and he said, bro.
Aww. See, it's also weird to me that you were around when the thing happened.
Yeah, and we were just like, bro, weren't you in a relationship?
Oh, fuck.
Yikes.
I'm like, Mr. Cool guy over here thinks he's cool for doing something not cool.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
That's so weird that you were there for that. You heard him tell that story when it happened.
Yeah.
God, everything connects.
Yeah.
I don't like being talked about like that.
I remember when I lost my virginity, his friend picks us up. We're in the car, and he's telling his friend about it.
The audacity.
The audacity. So that's what I'm saying. I'm like, okay, yes, that is cringe, and I still cringe about that too, but it's like, guys were just fucking saying some wild shit.
Guys always say wild shit, bro.
Like, gross.
Damn.
I feel like the reason why it grosses me out so much is because, like, when you lost it, it was, like, someone relatively around your same age. It was a boyfriend. It was this, and this, you know?
Right.
He was number, like, 6 or 7 on my list. And he had a girlfriend. And I was dating his brother's best friend. That's why hearing him talk about it like that, where I'm like, why are you flexing about that? Like, that was a bad situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, out of all of that, that's what you took from it?
No, he always tried to maintain, like, his image. I was
He
like,
still tries to maintain it to this day. It's even worse because my friends are an extension of your friends.
So every time I lose people, you lose people too.
I know. Do you know how hard it is to rotate to a new person every 3 months? Wait, we're friends with him? Wait, we're not friends with him anymore? Okay, we are. No, we're not. Oh, okay, she's weird. Okay, but she's cool now.
Literally. And all of that happens within 24 hours of her leaving me alone.
God damn.
Good shit.
What?
Okay.
Yeah, we just needed to go off about a lot of fucking things.
So you know how we are always like, hello, what are you doing? I noticed I do it to everybody now. I even do it in...
He called me out for that. I was like,
do
do
it
you
to
think I'm weird?
everybody.
He was like, the baby voice thing you do is kind of weird. I was like, what baby voice thing? And then I was like, oh my God, I do. I do
Yeah. No, I do it too.
I am my baby.
Hellos. Taste.
I say hellos and otes and me toos like that.
Yeah.
But but I realized now I'm typing it. And then I was like, oh my god.
But I talk baby voice in like everything. I'll be like, I CP. I go night night. Like, oh my god. But I'm like, you know what?
And what?
It's cute. Okay.
Baby voices can be cute to an extent. Sometimes
Yeah.
it makes me want to fucking slap someone.
If they do it for like an entire conversation, I'm like, okay.
Knock it off.
You're not even doing it right.
Literally, you ain't even doing it right.
I can't.
I know,
'Cause
we're
I'm not-
talking
I'm
all
not
baby
baby.
and Simi. Yeah, because, you know what I mean? I talk both of them.
No, I
Got me
actually
so motherfucking
feel
bent right now.
I
fuck
feel
was
that
that?
so hard. I can either be like this or I can be like, what the fuck is up?
Yeah.
Do you think you look more like your mom or your dad?
For sure, my dad.
Because I
Definitely
always
pops.
feel like I can look at the siblings and then I can look at their parents and I'd be like, yep, you look like your dad and you look like your mom. Do you ever notice that when you're looking at pictures of families?
Dude, I remember when you started, like, dating my brother or whatever, and
What?
you were like, and no,
I didn't
and
know
I
about this.
remember,
Hold on.
wait,
You don't know?
wait,
Yeah, for real.
wait,
I
What?
didn't know about
whoa.
that. I didn't know about that. No way. Y'all dated?
Yes.
Wait, I feel like we've brought it up before.
Yeah.
So, I remember when it first happened, you were like, no, like, you look like your dad, and, like, he looks like your mom. Like, everyone thinks me and Justin are twins. To this day,
Yeah.
they think we're twins.
Yeah.
But it's, like, the fact that you were around long enough to be like, no, I can see a difference now.
Yeah. I remember I showed a picture of your brother to my mom.
Mm-hmm.
She was like, he looks like Katie. I was like, no, he does not. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? I was like, okay, they have, like, similar features because they're related.
Do you think we look alike now
So,
that you're, like,
we actually-
around us more?
No.
I do not understand.
I wish we had
Story time.
transition music. I miss the...
I know.
Knock it out.
Nah.
What?
Oh, okay. Hey. 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 About to go in, bro.
Oh.
About to go in.
I know, we're about to write a fucking song right now.
Oh, shit.
Anyways.
But fucking, sometimes cringe at myself so hard and get so embarrassed of the person I was when I was with my ex. Not even be like, oh, I feel sorry for her. I'm just like, girl, what? It's not in like that kind of way, but it's in a like,
And
what?
you're embarrassed for yourself.
Yes,
You're
like I'm
"What?"
cringing at, like, I cringe at myself.
Like you,
know?
allowed that to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I wish I could just slap some sense into myself.
I don't know. With me at the time when I was like with him and then got married to him, whatever, I didn't realize it. That's how much like influence he had over me. It was no, like he felt that. Yeah, I feel that. That is exactly how I feel.
Yeah.
That's how I'm supposed to react. Like I'm supposed to react like that because that's what he said.
That's just how I feel when I'm like looking back at my ex. I'm like, what happened to you? You just disappeared. Obviously, like I was the heaviest I had ever. Oh hell yeah.
More White Claw. Sorry, guys.
ASMR as fuck.
Damn.
Wait.
That was pretty nice though. I got front home.
But yeah, like I just like even my mom tells me like she was like you just did not look like yourself. You didn't look happy. You didn't look anything like you look so much like yourself now.
Isn't that so like
why did I get like that? Is it like it kind of freaks me out sometimes because I feel like was I the issue? Did I get too wrapped up into somebody? Did I let myself go? Or was I actually just really fucking gaslighted and manipulated and fucking talked to and just like was I really just treated that bad towards my body just kind of shut down and I just didn't know what
Yes.
to do?
I think
You
the
know?
like craziest part is when you get out of a relationship with someone bad that you're like so in love with and everyone's like congratulating you.
Congratulating
like,
me. Literally,
whoa,
they're like,
like, it
wow,
was that
girl, you
bad?
woke up. Yeah.
Yeah, like literally like it's
Yeah.
crazy to me to hear that from people or people being like the first episode you were like
Yeah.
glad that was severed and I was like, whoa.
Facts.
Yeah.
Oh, God though.
They're like a long time coming and I was like,
For
what?
real.
Yeah.
And the fact that it's like everyone felt like that for the longest time, but obviously you guys like had to support me being happy in it, you know? 'Cause that's
Right.
what, you know,
That's
whatever.
what we do. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's you have to.
Right.
Yeah, I feel like with what Kaylee was saying, she was talking about like was I the reason or was it because I was manipulated?
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like sometimes it's a little of both. It's you allowing that to actually happen too because it's like you have so much love for that person, or you just like, well,
I disagree. You don't allow manipulation to happen. You're so manipulated that you're getting fucking manipulated.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You're not a. It's no.
Yeah.
No. Don't take the fucking blame for that. What the fuck? Get out of here.
I'm talking about I'm talking about you knowing that it's toxic. Still staying.
Yeah, but you're
allowing it.
But you don't stay knowing. Oh, it's gonna stay toxic. You think they're gonna change. You think it's gonna be better.
the whole time you think it's gonna get better.
You're allowing progress.
I get what
he's trying to say, but he's wrong.
Yeah, I get what you're trying to say, but no, we do not feel that way.
Yeah.
No, it was for me. That's how I felt, because it was like
as soon as it gets toxic, you're like, peace out.
No, as soon as it gets toxic, I'm like, okay, well, I feel like I'm just gonna let it, and then hopefully it gets better, and allow it.
That's what we just said.
Yeah. Exactly. That's what she was proving, but it was like that was my point.
Oh, so we all agree?
Yes.
No, DJ, run that back. Run that last 5 minutes
made
back.
No sense at
Brian, you were not agreeing with us. You were disagreeing.
And then you realized it was 2 against 1, so your Libra brain was like, oh yeah, we all right.
Yeah, let's balance this podcast out.
Wait, no, I was saying there's a mash of things. Like both those feelings of like you feeling like, oh, it's my fault, and oh, it's toxic.
We are not at fault. We are not at fault. I don't give a fuck.
No, I am not at fault.
You don't think you're at fault?
Me? Never.
Okay, so
something to learn, Brian. I am never wrong. Because here's the thing. Unless I know I'm 100% right in a situation, or I'm 100% right in a conversation.
If she believes something, she will stand her fucking ground until she's proven wrong. Then she's like, oh.
This guy.
Then I'm like, oh, but you know what? I learned. Now I know.
Yeah, literally.
Now I'm right.
But I'm still right.
But I'm
literally.
But I was still right in my brain. Yeah. Reality was wrong. My delusion was right.
I am delusionally right.
No, but
not
like
100% right, just delusionally right.
But like, which is like stubborn as fuck. But I don't care.
God damn.
That is the Virgo moon taking over my life.
You guys are both right. I am so wrong. I am sorry.
Oh my! He had to applaud himself. No,
Yeah,
but what I was trying to say though is like, when you're in something so toxic and you get out of it and people can recognize it, it says a lot. It's like you seem happier, and hearing that from someone, it's like, really? It's like, I just lost my whole world. He made me so happy.
Yeah.
This, and it's like, but you weren't happy. You
Yeah.
just thought you were.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
That's why the reason
Yeah.
why I bring that up is because I was looking at pictures of like me and him like not that long ago, and I was just like, we both look miserable. I used to cry so much. Like everywhere we went in public, it's like lashes are wet, they're crunchy, my eyes are like puffy, and I'm just like, we're so happy, da da da. And then like he just looks wrecked.
I remember defending while showing every single picture we have together. He's straight face mugging it. How do you explain that?
Are you kidding me? This fool was a mugshot.
Like
Every
mugshot looked like he was held at fucking gunpoint in every photo we took.
If you smile, you're dead.
Literally. He doesn't fucking
When
swerve
you get
me off
so
the road.
defensive over them, and then you catch yourself lying, you're like, oh
Yeah.
shit.
I'm like, damn.
Whoops.
Yeah. Like, no, he didn't try to swerve me off the road when he was drunk because he thought I was being a bitch. No.
No.
Because I wanted to go home at 6 in the morning. No. Imagine this guy laying on your couch all fucking day because he's hungover and yelling at you to make him food.
Jesus Christ.
That's kind of what my face looks like, and then what I'm about to show you.
Like, it's round like a moon.
Like where I'm
like,
just like,
there's
I took a
nothing.
picture of myself because I was like so depressed, and it was one of those moments where I was like, what the fuck am I doing with him?
Yeah.
And I'm just like miserable.
Yeah.
Like,
no,
I was just
I have
like-
photos like that too.
Like of yourself.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, we have reached the end of this episode.
Thanks for listening this fucking far, getting to know us and our shit. Like
I know.
fuck.
If you're like an OG listener, fucking comment a strawberry under our latest Instagram post.
Yes. And also, guys, if you have anything to say to us, email us for inquiries or the, DMs of our chat.
Yeah. So if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can go and email us at
SimsPimps@gmail.com or DM our Instagram
Simps.
_Pimps_podcast.
Yep.
Yes, and everything that we say, guys, it's our story. It's our life.
Yeah, my life, my story. That's it.
Period, bitch. And
Period,
also, so if you like even come up to us in public and you're like, oh my God, I cannot believe you told that story on the podcast. Just be like, nope. Go to my manager.
Send us an email.
Send us an email. We will get back to you. We just don't even want to hear it.
1 to 2 business a day.
Yeah.
All right. See y'all next Sunday.
Peace.
Kaylee will work on our intro and outro. Stay tuned.
Ooh,
Intro,
yes.
Outro.
Stay tuned for
What? What the hell? What? What do y'all want? What the fuck is my phone? What? What is so funny? Surprise! Why would you guys do this? No fucking way. Oh my gosh. What the fuck? Thank you. Oh, thank you.
Like, we support our friends.
Support our friend.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
What the fuck, guys? You're making me cry. That's so cool. Hell yeah.
That's why I was asking about the podcast, because we had it under the couch. And we were going to say it during the podcast.
Oh.
And that's why we were like, fuck, like, she might not be back till late. Like, should we just do it now? And he's like, yeah,
Right.
just do it now.
Oh.
Okay, money.
guys.
Yeah,
we
it's
have
tripping
a
as
ghost.
fuck.
Yes, real. Okay. Anyways,
Okay.
goodbye.
Bye.